It's never too early really to start planning and thinking through it. You know, a good part of policy making is to have a lot of scenarios for things that can go wrong in the near future, in the longer term future. Of course it changes a little bit when money needs to be committed and how you do this. But what you can do to the policymaker is explain the cost benefit of actually spending a bit earlier and the cost of not responding early. We have some really strong figures that early response, for example, in drought in Ethiopia will actually reduce the cost by half or more compared to only responding when the drought is already going on. So you need to be ready from day one to be able to respond properly. So that maybe is one way of overcoming this problem of convincing the political leaders. I think another one is just to always point out the big fallout that can happen if you hadn't planned well beforehand. You know, politicians can get a lot of credit for successful handling of a crisis. There's plenty of examples of when if they don't handle it well, they get punished by elections and by other processes. So you just need to keep on trying. But finally, you also need to just be always very clear about what is the best instrument to use. It may not be that you need to put huge amounts of money aside, but maybe you can negotiate access to credit facilities, kind of overdraft facilities that are only triggered in particular circumstances. Maybe you can get a good deal from an international organization to work with it. Maybe you can work with other governments, setting up a pool of money that actually you can draw from, and so on. So there are options. It needs just careful analysis, careful communication, and don't make it sound like, oh, this is money that's wasted. In fact, point out the money that will be gained from doing it like this. Every day you lose in your planning is then a day too many. You know, you can still do certain things. For example, if you worry about impacts on food markets next autumn, you can work and you can use options. You can buy grain already now for delivery in the autumn. I think particularly for countries like Malawi, that sounds like things you should consider at the moment. For other countries, you know, keep on working on your planning and keep on working on who will it have to be if something goes wrong. Because let's be clear, El Nino impact will be there, but we still don't totally know exactly what it will be. So it is still a phase where you just need to plan, and it gives you still time to see whether for some of the most reasonable scenarios, you actually are prepared well and get the resources in place and the action plans in place to respond. You know, as long as the disasters haven't happened, it means you still have time.